Hi, my name is Josh Stone, and my speech is about the effectiveness of nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication can mean a whole bunch of different things, but each thing is very important in the communication process. After doing hours of research on all different types of nonverbal communication and why each is important as the other, I found many credible statements from professors at universities and other men and women who would be considered experts in their field. Everyone should care about the effectiveness and the importance of nonverbal cues they receive and give to other people because they can either strengthen relationships or sometimes even ruin them. The main points I would like to focus on are what nonverbal communication is, the different types of nonverbal communication, and lastly, why it's important to understand how it can be effective while communicating. When was the last time you had to communicate with someone? Did you use or notice any nonverbal communication? Well, I will tell you if you did. Nonverbal communication is the passing of a message through signals such as eye contact, hand movements, facial expressions, posture, and anything that uses communication without talking. Nonverbal communication is just basically speaking to another person without talking. When speaking to another person, for example, when being interviewed for a job, the interviewer is typically looking for what nonverbal cues you give off. Crossing your arms and not sitting up straight will typically lead the interviewer to believe that you are disinterested. To be able to read and give off the type of nonverbal communication skills the way you want to, people should practice and know what gestures are going to resonate with your audience to improve your chances of giving off a good impression. If you give off good signals you can easily improve or ruin relationships through nonverbal communication. If you give off good signals during a conversation with someone, they will typically respond in a good way and they'll want to keep conversating with you. If you give off bad signals during a conversation, then that person will think you're not interested and will typically want to stop communicating with you. So again, nonverbal communication is basically communication without talking, and it is very important. There are very many types of nonverbal communication skills that you can give off when speaking with another person. All the ways of nonverbal communication are just as important to being good communicators and listeners. Using good eye contact when communicating with someone will let them know you are serious about what you're saying or interested in what they are saying. Giving off good facial expressions is also very important as well. If you're smiling and giving off nice facial gestures, then that person you're speaking to knows you're liking what they have to say and you understand as well. Different type of nonverbal communication. Different types of nonverbal communication. This includes eye contact, hand movements, facial expressions, posture, and many more. These movements can help you very much when communicating, are very important. You know how and when to use them. Knowing the different type of nonverbal communication is very important if you want to be a good speaker or a listener. Now, why is nonverbal communication important and why can it be effective? Nonverbal communication can be effective during a job interview. Knowing how to use correct nonverbal techniques can help you in real-life situations like during a job interview. If the interviewer sees that you possess good nonverbal communication, then you are more likely to get the job. Nonverbal communication is important because it can build or break relationships. If you show who you are speaking to good nonverbal communications, then they are more likely going to want to talk to you more, and you can build a good relationship with that person. If you show bad techniques, then that person is going to think you're disinterested in what they have to say, and your relationship could break. I just explained why nonverbal communication is very important and effective while communicating with another person. The main points I would like for you to take away is what nonverbal communication is, the different techniques, and why it is important. Please have a good rest of your day, and remember, nonverbal communication is key.